Okay, so on the pitch slope, it says the coordinate grid shows 3 roads. Use the rows to complete all parts of question 1. And it says which roadway looks the steepest, and part B, which roadway looks the flattest. So we can just eyeball it and go, oh, well, B is the steepest, and oh, C has to be the flattest. But that is just using my visual opinion, just looking at it and getting my own thoughts. On part C, it says, what can we do to prove which roadway is the steepest or the flattest? And yesterday, of course, we took our little clear paper and we figured out exactly, in order to prove which way is the steepest, we need to come up with something mathematically to where we can prove it. So the way that we could prove which roadway is the steepest and which roadway is the flattest, we can use the slope. So instead of doing the y sub 1 minus y sub 2 over x sub 1 minus x sub 2, there is another method of finding the slope. So to do that, so we can prove it by using the slope. It says, how steep is roadway A? So I'm going to go to roadway A and I'm going to find slope. And as I said, we're going to do a second method. And the second method, what we're going to do is rise over run. So we're going to do rise over run. Notice they're color coding just like y sub 1 and y sub 2 and all that stuff. The rise is how much it goes up and down. So if I'm at the top of the road, I have to go 3 squares to the bottom. So that is going to be, if I'm going down, that would be negative, so I'm going to put negative 3 over. So I went down 3 squares, and now I need to run over to the beginning. And to run over to the beginning, I have to run to the right through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to go to the left, negative 6 squares. So this is going to be negative 6. So when we're finding the rise, it's just telling me the change in the height. And when I'm finding the run, that's just telling me how long it is, the change and how the length of it. Now I'm going to simplify, and we're not going to change this to our decimal. Negative divided by negative is a positive. And then 3 over 6 simplifies to 1/2. So this has a slope of 1/2. For roadway B, I want to be able to compare it to roadway A. So I'm going to find the slope by doing rise over the run. So to find the rise, I just want to know the change in the height. The change in the height of it, that vertical change. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. And then once I get down to the bottom, I have to run to the left, so negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative divided by negative is a positive, and 5, 6 will not simplify as a fraction. So the slope of this one is 5, 6. problem C, it's at our roadway C. I'm going to do find slope. I'm doing rise over run. Here I always started at the top of the road, but can't I start at the bottom of the road also? So if I start at the bottom of the road, I'm gonna have to run to the right, so positive, and I have to run through 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. And then I have to climb up, so positive, through 1, 2 squares. My rise is my change in height. So which number would I put, the 2 or the 4? 2. And then my run is the change in my length, and that's gonna be 4. This will simplify to 1/2. Going back to problem A, it says which roadway looks the steepest? Roadway B, because it has the largest slope. On part B, it says which way looks the flattest? A and C are the same because their slopes are the same. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me why C looks flatter than A? Aaron? Yeah, isn't road A just a longer road?
Yes.
So it's slanted the same amount, it's tilted or slanted the same amount, it's just longer. So if I make the road even longer, isn't it still slanted this amount? So very, very good. Yeah, C just looks flatter because it's a shorter road. And notice, here is road C. Isn't it just roadway A, but A is a little bit longer? Go stop the video, me too.